Before I begin, please be aware that this is not a sheet metal exercise. So I saw this problem posted on Reddit. The user wanted to create a bracket. The section in green is pretty straightforward. The challenge comes in creating this section in red. It has curvature to it when looking from the top. If we create a cross section, we can see that the section stands vertically at all points along the curve. This top face is flat and parallel to the horizontal. If you are familiar with this channel, you will know that I am quite a big advocate of using scene features wherever possible. The use of these features greatly simplifies sketches. They also tend to be much easier to fillet, as we shall see later. In my opinion, the biggest benefit of employing scene features is that it helps in the thinking or ideation process. When you are able to envisage a model without its thickness, it is easier to visualize and plan the modeling process. In this video, we will see how we can create this with surfaces and thicken. For this section, I will begin a sketch on the front plane and simply draw a few straight lines like so. Activate the Surface tab. Go to Create, Extrude. I'm going to extrude this towards the back as I want to keep the origin on the front face. If you look at the curved section, you can see that it does not meet with the slope section with a straight edge. We will need to trim the slope section. Create a sketch on the slope section. This will consist of a straight line and an arc. Once you end the straight line, keep the cursor at that point and simply hold the left mouse button to drag out a tangent arc. Go to Modify, Trim. Select the sketch as the trim tool. Select this portion of the surface to remove. The portion turns red. At this point, confirm the trim. From here, I'm going to create a root surface. The root surface is pretty similar to the sheet metal flange command. Go to Create, Root. Remove the chain selection option so that we can select edges individually. Select the straight edge and the arc. For type, select direction. We want the root surface to be parallel to the vertical axis, which is a y-axis in this case. Click on the select box for direction and select the y-axis. Adjust the distance. We want the surface to terminate horizontally, so we will need to perform a trim here. Begin a sketch on this face and draw this line. begin the Trim tool and use this line to trim the excess. The final design calls for a slot here. We can simply use the root surface another 2 times to do this. For this section, set the direction to be along the x-axis. Begin the root surface command again. For this section, set the direction to be along the y-axis. The root surface command produces separate surface bodies. We need to stitch them together before we can proceed with further operations. Go to Modify, Stitch. Box select all surface bodies and stitch them together into one single surface body. At this point, we can start introducing fillets. It is important to note that fillets can only be performed on surface bodies that have been stitched together. To convert this into a solid, let's go to Create, Thicken. Select the surface body to thicken. Set the thickness and direction. Take note that if you choose symmetric, the thickness value stated here is half of the total thickness. The major advantage of this workflow is that the fillets of the thickened body on either side are automatically adjusted to ensure a consistent thickness all around. One disadvantage of this workflow is that the body is thickened in a direction normal to the original surface. Since this surface is curved, we are unable to achieve a flat face here. One way of resolving this is to use the Replace Face command. This section is flat, so we can start a sketch on this face. Simply draw a circle or a rectangle to completely encompass the offending regions. Go to Create, Patch, and create a circular patch surface. With this patch surface, you can see that some of the offending regions are under the surface and some are above the surface. This is where the power of the Replace Face command comes in. Activate the Solid tab. Go to Modify, Replace Face. The source faces are the faces that we need to change. So select these faces. The target face is a face that we are using as a replacement. Click on the Select box and select the circular planar face. After this is done, we can hide or remove the circular patch surface. You can confirm that this is indeed a flat face by right-clicking on it and see whether you have the option to create a sketch. Let's roll back to the point after the second trim command. An alternative might be to create a profile like so. And use the surface sweep command. In this case, you will want to set the orientation to parallel, so that the end of the sweep terminates horizontally. From here, the subsequent steps are the same. I would encourage you to try this out with the traditional sketch and solid extrude workflow. You can compare the two methods and let me know your thoughts.